There we go.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Come on in, Maddie.
Hey.
You gotta come in the screen.
I am in the screen.
You are in the screen. Happy Thursday. I got my girl here with me. It's been a while, eh, Maddie?
Oh, it's been a bit.
It's been a bit since we were on together, so we thought we'd jump on. We have a busy day stuff planned today, but I was like, you know what? Why don't we just jump on for a quick minute and talk about, what was your topic, Maddie?
Being original, don't die a copy.
Say it again.
Being original, don't die a copy.
Being original, don't die a copy. So we just wanted to expand on that, didn't we? But before we get into that, I just wanted to kind of give you guys some heads up on what are we doing on November 30th, Madison?
I don't know, book day?
We're having a book bash. Launch for Mom's book, Beauty in the Ashes. So if you not got my book, this will bless you. It's my story and my testimony through my cancer journey and how God touched my life. And, you know, there's years kind of in this little book of, you know, just stories and stuff that I share with people to encourage them in their faith and lift them up. So we are doing a local launch because we haven't done that yet, right? In the city that we live in. So we're going to be doing that on November 30th. So stay tuned. Watch my page for tickets will be coming on sale. We're working on that. Hey, Lorna. We love Lorna, don't we?
Yes.
And Lorna makes the best pizza in our town.
Yes.
Enzo's Pizza is the best pizza. It comes with so many toppings on it. It's so good. It's our favorite, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So thank you, Lorna, for making good pizza. Hello. So the book bash breakfast is going to be, because I decided it's the month of November, and my birthday's in November on the 21st. And I'm going to do a month of my favorite things. So I was trying to find a venue for my book bash. And I decided, because breakfast is my favorite meal to go out for, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something totally wackadoodle, right, Madison? Right outside the box.
That's her, though, so.
And we're going to have a party. We're going to have a party first thing in the morning for breakfast.
At 9:30.
At 9:30 a.m. So that means we have to be really get up early, doesn't it?
Well, 7:30.
7:30. So we're going to have lots of fantabulous stuff there.
Yep.
We're going to have swag bags. Swag bags. So there's going to be all kinds of stuff chucked in all the swag bags. So one of the things you're going to do with the price of your ticket, when you pay for the price of your ticket, you're going to get a free book. So you're going to have one of the Beauty in the Ashes books in there. And I'm going to have my crown there, so anybody wants to have a photo done, it's going to be fun. We're all about the fun, right, Madison?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we're all about the fun, So then there'll be all kinds of surprises, coupons, free gifts, all kinds of stuff in the swag bag. So it's going to be fantastic, wonderful time. Yes. And then we have some other surprises there. I have a friend that's going to be doing mini makeovers. And, you know, I got lots of surprises. I'm not good at keeping them. I tend to tell too much. But we're going to try to keep them. So that is going to be on November 30th.
Yep.
Coming up. So stay tuned, watch my page, and we're going to have something out soon about the tickets and how you can get your hands on them. And because there are obviously going to be limited tickets for this event. Yeah, so stay tuned and watch that.
So the closer you buy one, the more secure it is.
What was that again, Madison? Speak in the microphone.
What?
You said the closer the sooner you get it, you're guaranteed a spot.
Hello.
So if you really want, hey, there's the doctor is in the house. Welcome.
Love you too.
So yeah, so the sooner you buy a ticket, the sooner you have your spot secured, and you know you'll be able to come to the event, right?
Yes.
Drum roll. And Madison's super excited because she took the day off work, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you're gonna get the day off work, and you're gonna come to the book bash, breakfast, all fun things. So, because we like to celebrate, don't we, Madison? Because we've lots to celebrate, don't we? Yeah,
I think so.
Starting with your day off, and that's why you have a hat on, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So, what was your topic again you decided to talk about?
Being original, don't die a copy.
Being original, don't die a copy. Yes, Maddie, it'll be great, says Lorna.
Always.
Woo! Doc says it'll be exciting. Yes, it will. We did not announce what time we were coming on today, but we just had a quick minute, so we thought we were going to just jump on. I would love to be there. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, someday we'll all have to do that together. Somehow, some way. I don't know. It might be our party in the sky in heaven. Who knows, eh? Go, Maddie. So your topic was, be an original, don't die a copy.
Yeah, that one.
Right? And you had some scriptures you're going to share. Maybe we're fearfully and wonderfully made.
Oh, yeah, that one.
So say that nice and loud.
Psalm 139:14.
Okay. What's it say?
I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well.
Woo! We're fearfully and wonderfully made. What else do you got there?
Luke 12:7. And the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows.
Woo! Yay! That's a good one. Okay, and you got one more.
Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do.
Woo! Good job, Maddie. Good job. So we are all limited edition, aren't we?
Yes.
God created us each
Different.
different. No two of us are alike,
That
right?
would be really boring if it was.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine if there was like two of me and two of Mr. and
Whoa.
Mom and Mr. are so different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be pretty boring if
You were both the same? Yeah, no kidding.
It would be pretty boring if I was like Mr.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Anyway, God created us each unique.
Yes.
And we're each an original. And Madison, you got to stay off your phone. You're preoccupied
Well,
with your
not.
phone watching everybody. So what bits of advice would you have for people just to be yourself and stay original?
Just that.
Just that.
Be
so
yourself.
it's like wear your hat on your day off.
Don't always have different masks on your face.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one hat that you have to put on, and that's being yourself. If you have multiple hats on, you're not going to figure out who you are because you have these different hats that you have on.
That's right. Unless you like to wear hats like me. I'm just kidding. And
Not what I was going for.
That's a sidebar to the book launch. Everybody's welcome to wear their favorite hat or
And dress
fascinator.
fancy.
No, you don't have to dress
Not
fancy.
really,
You can dress
but-
whatever. You can wear a ball cap, but if anybody wants to wear a hat or fascinator, we welcome that because I love it, right?
But,
So-
like, if you figure out that you only have one specific label, I'm going back to labels, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
If you have that one specific label, instead of all of these different labels or hats that you have to wear every single day,
That's exhausting.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's exhausting to not be yourself. Right?
No, and then
Yeah.
once you figure out that one hat, that one label,
Right.
it's a lot easier
So-
than having all those other ones.
All right, we just threw the pen on the floor. That's all right. It can stay there. So I think that's really important that we just have to be ourselves. We have to find who God's called us to be and just stay in your lane and be
Yeah,
happy with who
and be
you
you.
are, right? So God gave us all these, unique little things to make us each limited edition.
Yes.
Right? We're all unique in our own way.
We're all
He
different.
gave us all these little idiosyncrasies that are unique to us, the things that we like, the things that we don't like. And you know what? He uses that, and he uses us all in our individuality, right? To bless people, to do kingdom work.
And I mean, when you think of disability, it's not a disability, it's a different ability.
There you go. See? And then you learn to rock what, hey, Margie, how are you doing? We love you, girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We just jumped on at the last minute. So with a disability, it doesn't matter. God can still use you. I've always told you that, right?
Yep.
That God can use whatever your uniqueness is to your disability. He can use that for kingdom. And look at where you are now. And look at what he's using you for, right? Because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. God has a plan for you, right? And it's a good plan. And so he takes all those things that Madison is made up of, right? And he uses it for his glory and it's for his kingdom, right?
And even like, you don't realize
disability is ability in Christ. Oh, I love that. The doctor hit it on the head, right?
if you grow up with these,
Labels.
yeah, I'll put it that way, labels. You almost got to think of it as a skill set instead of a label on a piece of paper.
That's right.
Because if you don't figure that out, then you're going to listen to all of what the world has to say and, oh, you're different, you're the one you're not worth anything. But until you actually figure out that is a different ability instead of a disability, your life will be so much better.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just cut out the static, right? Cut out what people are saying and listening to you. And you know what? You just try to surround yourself, what would God say? What does God say who I am?
Yeah,
what
no
does
kidding.
the Bible say? What does God's word say of who I am?
Because honestly,
right?
you can
And
literally...
we can do all things through what?
Christ.
Through Christ who strengthens us, right?
And sometimes, not physically speaking, don't actually take your
You don't need the pen.
diagnosis and rip it into like the actual papers. But sometimes you have to.
It's just something on paper, right? Like I've always said to
Yeah.
Madison, we believe the report of Dr. Jesus, and Dr. Jesus has good plans for all of us. So not all of us are the same.
So in your head, you have to break those papers.
That's right. You gotta just bust them up like a cement boulder.
Like, take them to the paper shredder and just...
Woo! Get rid of them in the paper shredder. Because
Yeah.
it's just a piece of paper that says something, right? Hey, Tasha, baby! Baby doll, our Texan sister. And she's like, oh my goodness, Mom.
I'm used to her by now.
Your mom's so embarrassing. Anyway, so anything else you'd like to add to that? I know it's fun to be yourself. When you don't really care what other people think, it's really fun, isn't it? It's really liberating. Because, for a long time, you were in school, didn't really have a lot of friends.
No.
People didn't want to talk to you.
Because I'm different. Yeah.
And that's okay. But Mom was always building you up to be yourself. And then it's okay that if you like certain things, that's okay. God made us all unique. And you're going to like, she liked, oh my goodness, for the longest time, you only wore animal print, right? But it's like, okay, you know what? God found you a creative mother. And I would go and I would find animal print everything, right? So she had animal print clothes and shoes and hats and hairbands. And I have to tell you, I love it when you're together because Maddie speaks the wisdom that comes out of her. That was
Impressed.
Oh,
Right.
Thank you. Yes, she does. She just speaks it. And you know what the great thing
That's
is?
a good thing. Sometimes you just gotta say it.
Yeah, but you've not always been like this, right?
No.
But that's how God can just mold us.
And people are surprised that I was actually quiet once.
Yeah, I was too. But with God, all things are possible, right? And He can mold us and make us into this very unique, amazing person that He can use for kingdom work if we let Him.
Yep.
Right? So if we have the right heart and if we have a teachable spirit, He will use us, right? And it's exciting because we never know how He's going to use us every day, right? Like I think of Madison at Goodwill. She always thought, I'm never going to amount to anything. What can I do? Where can
what am I
go?
doing?
I'm never going to have a job. And you know what? God blessed her with that job. And I always told her when she was little, she loved to sort things. So she would collect everything.
We had to organize it.
Oh my goodness.
Constantly.
You'd walk down to the library and I'm telling you, this kid would order books online because she was a super whiz kid at technical stuff, even as a 3 and 4 years old.
Somehow, yeah.
And she would get the library books and she would drag them home. She could hardly lift them in the bags. And she didn't read them, but she sorted them. All of them that were she would sort. Your littlest pet shops, you were sort. You were an organizer. And you loved to sort things that were the same. So with that, I always said to her, you know what? God is going to use your talent someday. And that, He will use that for His glory.
And sometimes being quiet, you have to learn to have that, I don't even know where I'm going with this, But you have to have that inner roar, because if you don't,
I love it. The inner roar.
because you could have the inner roar inside of you, but you still are very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding. People will actually call you shy, and until you find that inner part of yourself that's like, I am not gonna stay quiet, and you actually use that inner part of yourself, they're gonna not know what to do with you.
It's life-changing, right?
Yeah, because it's like, weren't you
So
just
Tasha
quiet?
said, yes, discernment is a piece. So you're very good at that, right, Madison? You do really have a good discernment,
I hope
right?
so.
You know, I hope so. Yes, you do. The spirit of the Holy Spirit gives me the voice and power. Yes, and you do. You have that.
And every now and again, like, if I say something and I'm like, ooh, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can't really, you let that go right away. Madison, you're very much of a rule follower, right? So if you broke the rules, then you're not really good. It's just like, oh man, I screwed up. Let's start again.
Let's try this all over again.
Yeah,
a
let's
different
just
way.
erase this, right? So,
Like, take the eraser to it and just
yes, erase it. Erase
off
it,
your
right?
paper.
Yeah, and start over. But you have a really good heart. And you know what? You are really maturing into being the woman that God has you to be, right? And He's taking all these gifts and talents that are uniquely to you. And you can private message me offline. It's very distracting when you actually talk on a live, especially when Madison's here. So I'd appreciate it if you just private message me, but don't write stuff on the live chat. Would be awesome, okay? Because that's very interrupting and we lose our train of thought, right, Maddie?
Yeah.
So anyway, God will use us if we let Him.
Because
Right.
once you figure out that you could actually learn from different people and always be willing to learn instead of saying, oh yeah, this is what I...
Always
this is it. This is me.
Always have a teachable spirit, right? So when we always have a teachable spirit, we'll find we're always learning more. And when we know more, we can do better, right?
Knowledge is power. It's just a matter of how you use it.
Woo! My goodness, if I trained you and got you, well done, girl. Oh yeah, baby. So always be yourself. And I can remember as when Madison was first diagnosed with autism, she wasn't very old. And
What,
I'm telling
5?
you, I was so excited when we adopted a baby girl. I was so excited. Like all I wanted to do is dress her up. And I'm telling you, I don't know if Gymboree is still in the States. I used to go over there a lot. But the Gymboree clothing store for kids, I would go and I would buy the whole entire line. If there was 18, 27 pieces to match, it didn't matter. Hair bow, pants, blah, 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 blah. And I asked you not to comment. Okay, so I will block you after the live because I've asked you not to comment when we're going live. So with that, I would buy her the whole line. And what we found out was Madison, with her sensory issues with autism, she couldn't handle the tags, right?
No.
You couldn't handle
Like,
anything
any-
scratchy on your body. So she would not, I could not even try the clothes on her unless I cut all the tags off. And that was an expensive...
Like, even, like, now, like, the Nike tags or anything that's picky, that's what I describe it as, picky.
Yeah,
I
picky.
don't...
Yeah, because it's a sensory thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
That noises used to bother me all the time, too.
But back to the clothing. So when you were little, she wouldn't even wear socks. Like she would kick, she'd
I literally
rub
put them
her
right
feet
off.
together until they flew off,
Even
and that was
shoes.
it. And I was like, she has to keep her socks on at daycare. She can't go around barefoot. That's just gross and disgusting. So I bought leotards in every color.
With the
every
V in them. So
color.
they don't
So
take
their
them off.
leotards went on your full body, right? Well, not full body, up to your waist.
But yeah, with
right?
the feet in them, so they don't
With
kick
the
them.
feet in them. So that was one thing. And then we learned that after several attempts of buying so many clothes at Gymboree and spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the line, and not being able to take it back because I had to cut the tags all out and cut the price tags off because she couldn't handle that. That all had to come off. And she was a little bit of a chunk and she grew really fast. So sometimes I wasn't really great at guessing on what the sizes were, right? So we learned to roll with that. But because of that, and that issue, we learned to embrace thrift shopping.
Yep.
So that was kind of our first experience way years back when you were adopted, and I was spending all this money at Gymboree and thinking, oh my gosh, this is so expensive to have kids. Well, because you were just little, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, there's got to be a better way of doing this. So then I discovered thrift shopping, and I was like, okay, this is cool because I could go and buy something and, okay, yeah, we're going to take the tags off or whatever. It doesn't fit. And then the wonderful world of Mommy Market Online or Facebook Marketplace or eBay, I could sell it, and it was less painful than paying the brand new prices at Gymboree and have her not able to wear it. So we had epic yard sales. My yard sales, I always sold thousands of dollars that I could buy probably a car with what we sold at a yard sale. True. Because Madison was so well dressed and had such amazing clothes. There was people lining up to get to the yard sale almost before I was out of bed, eh? And that is actually the truth, right? So we've learned to love embracing thrift shopping. We both have a creative side. God made us each different.
Yep.
Madison has a creative side. She has a really unique way of putting things together, and she sees things differently than me, which is so super.
She can have an idea, and I just put it down on.
Yeah, and that's kind of electronically, but I mean, just outfits and thrift shopping, how it's a good blend because we kind of both like different things. We both see things differently, but you have hawk eyes for,
We're from the best.
for finding the great finds and the great deals. And then, you know what? We love wonderful, new designers too. We love going, one of our favorite stores is in Petroleum, to go to Wendy's store, and we love Joseph Ribkoff because we're taller, we're bigger, and Joseph Ribkoff is a Canadian designer, and we find we just love the way his clothes fit us, right?
Yeah.
And they're comfortable, and they're stretchy, right? So you can eat and travel and not be uncomfortable because you wear tight jeans more than me now. But for years, like for almost 20 years, you did not wear tight jeans. That's just been a new thing because sensory-wise, you couldn't handle it, right? Anyway, so that all being said, embrace whoever you are and how God made you unique and the things that you like. He wants to use that for the kingdom, right? Mm-hmm. So just how he made Madison unique and all of her stuff that makes her Madison and all the stuff that makes me me. And you know what? I think the older you get, you realize that life is too short. And you know what? You just want to make a difference for the kingdom and for Jesus when you're here. And I know cancer really changed that for me. It really wakes you up. Yeah. I always say when God is all you got, you find out he is all you need. And when you've had something traumatic in your life come in and try to snuff you out, you know what? When God gives you life, you realize that he is the giver of life. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here, right? You just want to give back. So you learn to embrace how he made you. You learn how to embrace your uniqueness, and the older you get, you just rock it out, right?
Yep.
And it's just like, it's okay if I want to wear a fascinator, if Madison wants to wear a ball cap, a knitted hat, whatever it is, it's okay. God made us all unique, and it's okay to embrace how he made you.
And you don't have to worry about being a copy because there's no point.
There's no point. That's what your little title was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You want to be an original, don't die a copy.
Because if you imitate somebody else, you're going to feel worse about yourself because you're not being yourself, you're being that
right,
other
and
person.
That happens a lot, like when you were in high school, like say for instance in high school, because there's always a fad and a fashion that's out and what all the popular girls or kids are wearing and doing. And sometimes people that are looking for their place and they don't feel confident with how God made them, they'll gravitate to doing something like that. Well, I have to have that exact outfit from the mall. You go to H&M and you see the model of, the top, the pants, the shoes, the hat, whatever.
Like I had to be them.
The backpack, and they want to buy each of those items. and they don't even depend on their own knowledge of what their uniqueness is, of what they like. They're not even listening to themselves. They're listening to the influence of the world saying, this is what you have, this is what you have to put together, and this is the whole outfit. So, these kids are going out and buying the exact same outfit there, and not really learning to embrace being uniquely you.
Because
right?
Once they buy it, they figure out, crap, I'm trying to imitate somebody else, and
it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't really work that well that way. So just embrace who you are, love who you are, right?
Be yourself.
And be yourself. And never forget, little is much when God is in it. Oh, Maddie, don't you love your mom?
Yes.
You're just like, yes. You're like, okay, Mom. Anyway, any other words of wisdom? We just thought we'd jump on because Madison's been away and here, there, and everywhere and working. And so we thought, we're off for a few minutes today. Let's just jump on and say hi.
You already have.
Tasha said, I love it. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you, Lorna.
You already have an authentication stamp. Embrace it.
Oh, say that again. Say it again in the microphone here. Woo! Come on, baby. Say it.
You already have an authentication stamp. You just need to learn how to embrace it.
Learn how to embrace it. Embrace who you are. Embrace how God made you. He's got great plans for all of us. And you know what? It's so much easier when we walk in his plan and what he has for us, instead of us being distracted and getting in someone else's lane and trying to be someone else. Because you know what? When you're walking in someone else's lane, trying to be them, oh my goodness, how stressful is that going to be? Like, you are going to be so much happier when you can
be yourself.
Embrace who you are, embrace how God made you, and stay in your own lane, because then God's going to start opening up amazing doors for you, right? That, you know what did she say about the fire within?
The inner roar, is that what you mean?
The inner roar. Yes, that was good, Madison. You are just on fire. This girl is on fire. Anyway, we all need to get comfortable and be able to have that inner roar, and especially as women.
You gotta find that inner roar, because it can't be there, you just gotta learn to use it.
Yes, you have to find it, and it can be there, and you need to learn to use it. Yes, 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 it's so true. Oh, Donna, thank you. Loving this, thank you. You know what, because especially as women, we have got a lot of layers to us. Like, let's not kid ourselves.
We're the ones that beat ourselves up the most.
Lots of layers, and there's lots of work to be a woman. And not to mention that they're usually the backbone that holds a household together. But even just being a woman, just being a physical woman, the extra stuff it takes to be a physical woman, right? Whether it's your hair, your makeup, whatever extra little bits and pieces.
To make you feel better.
We have that time of the month, and, we have to wear these boulder holder things, and, there's lots of things that make us unique, and it is work to be a woman, right? So we just have to uniquely embrace how God made each of us.
Yep.
And let that inner roar come out. Right?
Yep.
And I'm so excited, Madison, because you know what? You've come such a long way, and it thrills your mom's heart to see and hear you saying that. Because I don't know half
of what I say, it just somehow.
No, that's great. But you've had a journey, and you've not always been there, right?
I never actually used the inner roar till maybe
recently.
Yeah, that.
Since really God touched you. Last March, right? And Madison is... Did you want to share what you're doing?
You can.
Oh, no, this is your deal. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Alita. You're the best, Maddie. You're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. That is my Maddie girl. Woo! What are you doing right now, Madison?
Working on a book.
Working on a book. This is my story.
Goodbye.
This is my song. She's writing a book, and it's very unique to Madison. And that's
still in process.
It's still in process, and that's okay, because books it's a process to do a book. And it's unique to Madison because
I do have a title.
Story. Oh, don't share it. Don't share it.
Oh, good.
We can't tell too much.
Never mind.
Right? That's like me with the book launch, Breakfast Bash Bonanza. Woo! Anyway. All of us do. I can't wait to read it. See you there, Maddie. It's It's going to be awesome. You know what? Because we all have a story inside, right?
Each one's different.
We all have a story
Because
inside.
in the middle
hey,
of
Melissa Diaz.
In the middle of a test, at the end, is a testimony.
It's so true. And we
In
all
the middle of a mess, there's a message.
Woo! Preach it, Maddie. Where have you heard this before? Your mama said it a lot.
Yes.
And you know what? We all have a story. We all have a story. Oh, thank you, Tasha, for the stars. We got stars, Maddie. We all have a story. And do you know what? When we can embrace our story, and with all the mess and junk that you've been through, you use that to help and share your testimony with other people. You know what? That's what God wants. You know, sometimes we go through things so that we can have that testimony to share with people. And you know what? When we share that with other people, that can change other people's lives because you don't know what they've been struggling with, right? And Madison, you know, she has people that she can touch and impact. And you know what? That I can't. Oh, Cheryl said something here. I can't. I'm so over the top excited to hear Maddie is writing her book. She has a story and such a meaningful insight, and I can't wait to read it. You go, girl. Woo! And then we'll be having a book launch for Maddie. Woo, woo, woo. Anyway, I encourage, you know, anybody just to write your story, share your story. You know, don't be ashamed of where you've come from. You know, and you're not living in your past, so don't let your past become your prison. You know, let it be your platform to help change other people's lives.
Use it as a trajectory instead of a prison.
Oh my! Use it as a trajectory instead of a prison. How amazing is that?
Because you can use it as a catapult and go forward instead of using it as a key and getting locked up in a prison.
Can you say that again, please? Oh my goodness, you are so stinking amazing. Use it as a catapult.
Into the future instead of using it as a key in your prison in the past.
Use it as a catapult to move to your future. Not as
a key. In your prison in the past.
In your prison in the past. Now, that is, I am so stinking excited.
I don't even know how.
I didn't give birth to this girl, but I adopted her and I raised her. And let me tell you, I want to cry when I hear that.
Or a slingshot, that works too.
A slingshot. Because honestly, everything I instilled in her, it's like now the byproduct is coming out. And she's amazing. And you love Jesus. And you want to touch people. And you want to be used. And it's so amazing to hear you say that. Because that is so profound. And I'm so proud of you.
Okay.
Right? So nobody stay in their prison. If Madison can get out of her prison and her mess and not stay in the past. And God can use her to speak words like this. You know what? It's beautiful. You're right. It is beautiful. And you know what? All of us can make a difference. So you know what? If somebody, you know what? People might think we're crazy jumping on here and doing these videos, you know? We've had feedback from people and it's just like, you know what? Talk to the hand. Because you know what? When God uses you and you can touch and influence people and you're getting messages and you're getting testimonies and you're getting fruit back from that, you know what? Nothing else matters. Like I said, little is much when God is in it.
Because nothing else matters. It actually doesn't. Because if they're naysayers, they have their own problems that they have to worry about.
Right. We don't want to be with the naysayers, do we?
They're only doing that because they see where you are, and when they see where you are, it makes them feel bad, so they always come at you like a dagger to the...
Oh, like a dagger. Well, let's keep the daggers out. Let's keep this, you know, wholesome. No daggers allowed.
No, but...
Maddie, Holy Spirit led. She is. And see, you're such an encouragement to people, Madison. Right? You are. You're such an encouragement to people, and I love you, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm glad that you can. Like, who would have thought a year and a half ago?
I didn't think I'd come on here.
I didn't think actually I would be on here. So, like, let alone having you on here.
I would be more.
So
it would be better if it were you.
It's a double miracle. So we are blessed and highly favored. We're kingdom girls, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes, kingdom girls. She's telling me now to wrap it up.
Oh.
Do I talk too much, Maddie? Yeah,
no,
we have an appointment coming up.
That.
So we have to sign off, but we love you. Stay tuned. Watch my page. And coming up, I'm going to start having some giveaways in November for you guys to enter for some giveaways of some stuff. And like I said about my favorite things. And the swag bag is coming up for my breakfast bash. Love you both. You're such an encouragement and joy. Oh, thank you, Donna. And we love you guys. You know what? And never forget that God has a plan for all of you. Jeremiah 29:11.
Because a lot of this we can't do without you guys anyway.
That is actually true, isn't it, Madison?
Yeah.
It's
Well, we gotta have people watch.
We gotta have people watch, and it's great to have people interact and join us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you're speaking to one, at least it's one and not
one, and it's not just me.
No, as long as you're speaking to one.
We love you
It
both.
makes it
And we
easier.
love you, Lorna. We love you, Lorna. And we love your Enzo's Pizza. Lorna is the pizza evangelist. Everybody that buys pizza from her is going to hear about Jesus. And I love it. Your heart is large, and I love it. And I'm getting told to wrap it up again. So we love you all. So sweet. Thanks, Tasha. I'm glad you're able to join us. I know we just jumped on at the last second here, but glad everyone is able to join us. And we
Until next
are
time.
excited. And until next time, never forget.
Be an original, don't die a copy.
Be an original, don't die a copy. Oh, Sheila, good to see you. Love you too. We'll talk to you soon. Have a happy Thursday.